Hey, I just wanted to record this video real quick. So I'm not sure if I mentioned it other than like offhandedly in the description of the other Kirby animation I posted. But so for a while I've been working on this Kirby animation just to because it had been like 2 years since I had last used 3ds Max due to not being able to afford it. So I wanted to like refresh what I know with just a quick little animation I can do. Um, it's going fine, nearly done, very very close to being done, but unfortunately I think I have to put it on hiatus again. So all that's left is finish rigging Meta Knight, rig DDD, make a few more props, do some liquid rendering, and then just render the final product with the after I like get the animations and audio sync, which I mean that's gonna take time, but that's not gonna be a problem. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because I've been having troubles, to say the least. Now, normally, again, that wouldn't be a problem. It would just be more of a hiatus. And I also just want to say real quick, while I am not happy with the rate I've been able to work on this, like how fast I've been working on it, I am happy with how it's been turning out. Like, let me turn off edge faces so it's easier to look at. So, like obviously you've been looking at Meta Knight here, and I initially estimated this entire project would take me like 4 to 6 weeks. That was dumb. That was me operating off of the brain of having my school hours where I put in 8 hours a day on animation and that's all I do for that day. I did not account for the fact that I am working a full time job now and I barely have time to do animation stuff. Like even now, the only reason I have time to make this video is because my dog's at the vet and I have to stay awake in general. Which brings me to my next point. If you look at this little number up here, this is how many days until my 3ds Max subscription expires. Now, I did have enough money in my bank account to repay for it, to like get the next year for it. Unfortunately, my dog needed to get dental surgery at the vet. And the estimate they gave me was anywhere between $800 to $1,500. That would be fine. I would still be able to pay for 3ds Max after that because I had money saved up. I had been saving up money for a while because I knew 3ds Max was coming, like the renewal, and that's like 1,800. But even with the having to pay for the vet, I would have been able to buy the refund or renewal. The problem is, I also these next 3 weeks are so fucking insane expense wise because this week, like literally today as I'm recording this, I have to most likely spend $1,500 at the vet for my dog. And then next week I have fucking rent, which is like $800, and then the week after that would be my 3ds Max renewal, which is 1,800. I only have one payday in that entire 3 week period because I get paid bi-weekly. And even then, even if I had more than one, it would probably still be just, I mean that's nearly like $4,000 being just obliterated from my bank account. So I unfortunately have to cancel the renewal for my 3ds Max. I want to get this animation done before it cancels because like I said, I wanted this to finish up like 4 to 6 weeks. That was stupid. The actual time it should have taken to finish this was about, I don't know, probably like 4 or 5 months. It's been nearly 10 months since I started this, and that is why I'm really upset. Like, if you look at this, this is really good. Like, I usually crap on myself for my animation and stuff, but and like my art and stuff, but like this is very good. I am very happy with how this is all looking. I designed the characters to look like how they look in Kirby right back at you, which is why he's got the like tealish thing on the back. But the main problem is, and the main reason I'm making this, because I don't think I'll be able to get this animation done, is Meta Knight's cape. Now on the cape, I wanted to just run a cloth simulation. Just keep it simple, just have that, just do it automatically. The problem is this cloth simulation is refusing to function. So, go to object properties, hit this, turn into cloth, turn it silk, because that's what I assumed his cloak would be made of. And go down here, see it's got gravity. So this is the important part. See it has gravity. Now, with what I have done with previous things and what I have seen a bunch of tutorials do when I was looking this up in case I forgot a step, if I hit simulate local, this should just drop straight down as if it was affected by gravity and just like not interact with anything because I didn't put any forces, not interact with itself because I have no self collision. This is what it actually does. I have no fucking idea why it is doing this. I have tried subdividing it. I've tried tessellating it. I have tried many different things. I've tried adding in self-collision, see if that changes it. It does kind of change it, just it changes how it breaks. Doesn't stop it from breaking. I have no idea what's causing this, so instead of cloth simulation, I'm just going to do what they do in video games, where I'm going to put like 5 things of bones, which I can hide Mend Knight's body, so that way you know what I mean when I say bones. Like this stuff. These like gray pieces. This is what actually controls the rig when it moves. Like if I have this here, set this, rotate this, you see the arm goes with it, or at least what I have currently rigged up with it. That's how models and shit move, and instead of doing cloth simulations for like games, like for Zelda or something, because cloth simulation takes up so much data, they usually just put bones on anything that has a cape like, and they just animate it to look like it's doing that. I'm probably going to have to do that for the cape. I was thinking about putting like 5 things of IKs in the back. The problem then is I actually have to animate what the cape looks like from that point on instead of just being able to do it automatically. And with the time crunch, I think I will just barely not have enough time to do that. So I think I'm just going to put this on hiatus for now, unless someone can tell me within 24 hours of posting this video, someone can tell me why the cloth simulation is breaking like this and how to fix it. If no one can do that in 24 hours, then I'm just going to put the brakes on this for now until I can re-afford 3DS Max. Hopefully she'll only take like 2-3 months. And then I'm just going to skip over and start working on character art for the Zelda D&D I've been building. So keep an eye on that. In case, like I said, I've probably only offhandedly mentioned that I've been working on this animation, like once or twice. In case anyone's wondering how far I've actually come on this, I will post the link to my art station in the description of this video so you guys can go check that out. But, yeah. So, unfortunately, this probably is not getting finished in any sense of a timely matter. But, fortunately, blessing in disguise, I guess I can start putting out stuff for the Zelda D&D now. Since I was waiting to do that until after I finish this, but, like, I don't know. The reason I've gotten so sidetracked with this is probably, like, 15% legitimate reasons, like getting a new job, being sick, stuff like that. 40% was just undeniable, straight-up procrastination. And then the remaining percent was just being exhausted from work. Like, I work full 8-hour shifts, and having to work a full 8-hour shift and then come home and immediately hop into animation feels like going from work to work. And that is just so fucking exhausting some days that it just does not even feel plausible to do it at a level to where I'd be able to output the amount of care and detail I want into doing this. Because like I said, I've actually been basing this off of Kirby Right Back At Ya. So like I've been looking into the different, like the models and how they function and shit like that, and to do all that for when I was building it. Something I wanted to actually do for DDD that I had to kibosh already because of, again, how long this has been taking was I wanted to give him the silk robes he had in Kirby Right Back At Ya, like the ones he wore when he was in bed, since the animation opens up with him lying in bed. I decided to just not do that for time's sake, since the model I have for him right now, he's kind of got like his like his tank top on, and that enough looks like something someone would wear to bed. So I just decided that that's good enough and moved on. Unfortunately, this cape with the time constraints I have is not good enough. I I mean, he does sit there, so absolute worst case scenario, if I cannot in any way, shape, or form figure out how to get this cape fixed, I can just hide it and then just have him like sit at this angle or something so you can't see his cape either way. I really don't want to do that though, considering the entire point of this animation was just like re-going over everything I know. And I even did other claw simulations in other parts of this animation project, so I don't know why this cape is not working at all. The only thing I can think of is that this is not a flat plane. Like, if you look closely, this is actually two planes really close to each other as a 3D model, entirely because of, in Kirby Right Back At Ya, if you look closely at Meta Knight's cape, it's not just one side white, one side blue. There's actually a small lip on the inside of blue, so I wanted to be able to get that on a 3D model to show that off better. If that's what's fucking with it, then I guess I'm just changing this to a plane and working with what I can work with. But if you know what's wrong, please tell me. If not, I guess keep an eye out on my art station for any of the Zelda D&D stuff that should be coming out soon, because that I can still work on. That is in Adobe, which I am not... that does not renew until November, and it's only like $700, which is much more affordable. So, yeah, unfortunately, gotta do this.